All right, for step 2, we have our 5 inches by 5 inches square. Now we need to make this into a 3-dimensional object. So we are done making our 2D sketch, and to indicate that, we can press the Finish Sketch button. You'll get a kind of a zoomed in image if your computer is like mine. So we can just zoom out with our object, clicking on this magnifying glass, and then we get our 2D sketch, but from a 3D perspective. We can now extrude this 2D square into 3D by up here in our toolbar, we can click on the Extrude button. Then it will automatically assume that you want to extrude this object. However, if you have multiple objects, you may need to indicate which of your faces you want to extrude and which ones you don't. So in this box, this one will pop up after we hit extrude, and it needs a little more information. In this case, the distance A is how much we want to extrude that 2D square into a cube. And I said, let's do a 5 inch by 5 inch by 5 inch. So we'll just type in 5 and zoom out, and now we have our 5 by 5 by 5 cube. So now is a good opportunity for us to play around with the camera manipulation, because previously we've just been hitting this, which will allow all of our objects in view. But what if I wanted to rotate or pan? Well, this is where a mouse with a scroll wheel really comes in handy, because when you hold down the scroll wheel, you can pan your camera around the object and look from different perspectives. If you don't have a mouse wheel, you can also use these tools here in order to manipulate the camera as well. So you can click on the pan button here and zoom around that way. If you press escape, you'll see that we have our regular mouse cursor back, and that means that we're not manipulating the camera. Now, to rotate your object, it's a little tricky, the hotkey here, but you hold down Shift and then you press down on the middle mouse scroll wheel. And that way you'll be able to rotate the camera around whatever object you're looking at. And then the last one is pretty obvious, but you just scroll the mouse wheel in order to zoom in and zoom out with your camera. Now let's say that your camera perspective is all squampus here and we can't tell what's up, down, left, right. That's where this top right cube comes in handy, because we can click on this cube and it will give us the exact perspective that we want. So this is the front of our object. If we click on that, it'll automatically zoom in, but we can get different perspectives as well. We can look at the corner, the edge, backwards. We can look at the right, and this just really helps us reorient ourselves after we've really made the camera weird. Up here in the top right of the box, we can even rotate our object 90 degrees at a time. So it's really beneficial to get your bearings of the object. And with that, we have made our 3-dimensional 5 by 5 by 5 cube, and we've learned how to manipulate the camera. Tune in next lesson, and we'll start practicing on how to make a keychain.